What's up, everybody? Let's paint a lure today. Go ahead and drop some comments. Let me know what color I should do after I do this white base coat. All right, well, y'all figure out the colors. Let me clean the airbrush real quick. All right, guys, y'all got any colors you want to see so far? What color are we gonna paint this lure today? Blue, all right. Forrest, give me 1 second. I got a couple different blues you can choose from. All right. We got opaque daylight blue, pearl blue, iridescent turquoise, and just wicked blue. But there we go. There you go. What you want to see today, Forrest? You got daylight, pearl blue, iridescent, turquoise, and then regular blue. It's more of a dark navy blue, I guess. Let me know in the comments what blue we're picking today. Turquoise, iridescent turquoise. Let's see. There you go. That's a better color right there. Like a dark navy blue, pearl blue, or daylight blue. Let's use the daylight blue. I don't think I've used that one recently. Try to come up with a cool design for y'all. So, just gonna put a couple drops in there. All right, let's see what we got. Look at that. That's nice. Dry this off real quick. What do you think, guys? You like that? Leave the belly a little white. That's real nice. Let me clean the airbrush, and then we'll come over the back with some more colors. If y'all are liking this, drop some comments, hit the like button, make sure you subscribe. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers. We're currently at 479, 480, so we're almost there. If you like long form content, you ought to go back and check out last night's video where we made this lure. Real nice, pretty lure. And then Monday night, we made the Joker lure. That's another long form video, the one after last night's. Super, super duper, super awesome lure. 1 second. All right. We're going to use, not that color. I'm going to use one of my favorites, phthalo green. Couple drops. All right, let's see here. I think I'm gonna give y'all something a little special. Let's see if we can do this today without messing it up. We're gonna try to use this comb here. Get rid of that. All right, try to use this comb here, sorry about that, and do a pattern. This is gonna be kind of difficult while filming. Let's see if we can do this here. Stay still. I don't know if this thing's gonna stay still. There we go, that's a little bit more. There we go. Turn the air pressure down a little bit. There we go. Boom. Hang on, let me dry this off real quick and I'll show you what it looks like. Here we go. Come on, focus camera. Can't get the camera to focus. There we go. This light isn't the brightest, and I'm sorry about that. There we go. What y'all think of that? Ain't that cool? We're gonna try to do the same thing on the other side. There you go, that's better. Try to do it on the same side. That's the hard part. It's getting it to match up the same way. We went just a little bit halfway. Flip that slide out. All right. A quick tip, when you're using a comb or anything like that, dry it off before you touch the other side, because typically when you flip it, it's going to have paint on the opposite side that you're going to hold, especially if it's like a two different sided comb. You're going to have paint on one side and you're going to get it over your onto your lure, and it's going to smear it. So make sure you dry that off before you press it up there. A little tip for y'all. All right, let's see. Right about there. Perfect. It's a little darker in some spaces, but it's perfect. Now y'all can really see it. What y'all think, man? Let me know in the comments. You like it? Like I said, it's a little bit darker than the other side. Just a little bit. We're gonna try to see if we can fix that without messing it up, hopefully. All right, gotta dry the comb. All right, let's see. Try to zoom out. There we go. Let's put about. So that's pretty close. How about that? How about that, guys? You like that? Let me dry it off real quick. All right, everybody, what we think? Focus camera. What y'all think? Ain't that pretty? All right, now we're going to line it up down the spine real quick, kind of blend it in where we got some edges. There y'all go. Let me turn this. There we go, that's a little better. What y'all think? That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. All right, give me 1 second. Here you go, guys. Man, that's cool. That's good. That's a good color combo right there. That phthalo green really makes it pop. Camera don't want to focus correctly. Look at that. All right, guys, let's throw some eyes on it. Here, let me dry this off real quick. All right. Need y'all to help pick out the eyes real quick. I got a bunch, so we're gonna have to kind of narrow it down so y'all ain't looking at it all day long. For this particular lure, it takes a certain set of eyes because it's got a like a teardrop eye. So we have those. And then let me get this out the package real quick. And then we have like a blood red black eye, darker eye, and it looks super, super good. We can also paint the eyes. It takes a little bit longer, but you can make your own custom eyes. I don't know if I have any. Let me check something real quick. I got some I made a while ago. These are solid black eyes with they're pearl black with resin over it, so it kind of gives it a nice sparkle. We can do that to that one if you like. Like I said, drop some comments. Let me know, people. Let me know what you want to see. I think that might be the only ones I got here on hand. Oh, y'all gotta see this one. That was another short from a while back. Yes, sir. Real nice. Real nice square bill right there. This right here is another favorite too. Got all the different colors in it. All right, which size are we using, guys? We're gonna use the plain Jane ones, or we're gonna use the red and black ones. Let me know in the comments. I'll give you about 10 seconds to decide. All right, guys, what y'all want? You want to do the red and black eyes or the clear eyes? Drop a comment, let me know. Let's see. There we go. What we're doing, guys, think we should go black and red. Let's do black and red. Don't be afraid to comment, guys. Drop some questions. Tell me what you want to see next. Got a bunch of lures. A bunch of paint. Also, if you're going to start doing this, let me zoom out a little bit. Super glue, the Loctite brand, the gel control, perfect for the eyes. It doesn't run, doesn't smear. You just need a tiny bit. It lasts for a long time. Just a tiny bit. Then let me zoom back in. You're going to take your eye and you're going to fight because it's going to be a pain. Then you're going to take it. These ain't so bad because they got like a little slot they pop in. Boom, like that. Just like that. Let's get this other one real quick. If y'all got any questions on how I do this or anything, just let me know. All we did for the pattern was use a comb, just like this. Boom. There you go. Why is it so dark? Oh, maybe it's just my screen. Is it dark to y'all? My screen looks dark for some reason. But beautiful color and finish. Got the white belly. All we used to make this pattern, guys, was just using this comb, setting it up there, lightly doing it, come up perfect. Just perfect. All right, we're gonna let this one sit. It's gotta take time to off gas and everything, and we'll resin it later. Might do that in another video or something. Let's make another video. Or another lure, sorry. Let me clean the airbrush real quick. Somebody go ahead and give me a color what they want to see the next lure we're gonna make. If y'all want to stick around, I can make another camo lure. That was pretty interesting. I don't have it here with me, it's in my truck. If you've seen that short, we turned it into a rear view mirror hanger. What's up, what's up? About to make another lure real quick. Let me know what kind of lure you want to see. Here's a couple old ones we've done in the past. Got more, plenty more. If y'all want to pick one up, you can go to the website, southernbuiltlures.com. Let's do one of these. So, I hope y'all can see this because my screen is just looks dark. I don't know why. But, so you have your bill on square bill, that deep dive or anything like that. This, you want to tape it up before you paint. So that's what we're going to do real quick. Just get you a roll of masking tape out, tape it up real quick. It won't take but a second. appreciate the likes, guys. I appreciate the likes. If y'all got any questions of how I'm doing something, you want me to explain a little bit more, just drop a comment. I'll be more than happy to explain it to the best of my ability, because I'm still learning this stuff myself. I've been doing this since March, I believe it was, of this year. So only a couple months into this, so I'm still learning things just as much as y'all are. But I'm more than happy to help. All right, got your bill taped up. Go ahead and get your alligator clip. Boom, like that. This is a little bit bigger lure. We're gonna get a second alligator clip. And go like that. I think y'all want to see another camouflage lure, huh? Y'all want to see another camouflage lure? All right, let's see. Where did it go? There it is. What's going on? I'm glad you could make it. Glad you could make it, Aviation and Dogs. It's going good. It's going good. We're going to be making a camouflage lure real quick, so I hope you like this. We're going to first put on the white base coat. Oh, and since you got in a little late, we just made this one here. I'll show you real quick. Letting it off gas before we resin it, but we just made it using the comb to make the designs. So we'll resin this one another day or something. But yeah, man, stay tuned. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you like it. It's a little bit more of a process to get all the different colors for the camo. Oh yeah, I appreciate that. But yeah, it's a little bit more process for the camo, but it's actually not that bad. And it's super cool, so just stay tuned. All right, clean the airbrush. Well, Aviation, I don't know if you seen last night's video, but yeah, we made one last night. Super cool. That's candy Tenacious with a phthalo green and a bunch of other colors and everything. It came out perfect. Came out perfect. That blue is actually silver sprayed onto the candy and it turned it blue. That was a surprise. But you ain't seen it, you need to watch the video. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm sorry it's taking a minute to read the comments. Something's going on my screen, so my screen's like darkened for some reason. Maybe I can turn my brightness on. No. Okay, that helps a little bit, but I don't know. Still learning the live stream stuff, but we'll figure it out together, guys. All right, that's there. Now we're gonna take transparent sand, give it the nice underlay coat for the camo. Ain't much to it. We might have to do 2 coats because it is a super light color and we want it kind of darkened. Alright, so now we gotta dry it off real quick with the hair dryer so it don't get no runs. What does it cost to make them? Do you mean like per lure or like the full setup for everything? Per lure and paint. Lures are different but fairly close. Like your smaller lures, like your square bills and everything, depending on where you get them from, and if you get them like I think it's like a 10 pack or a 20 pack, their average are like $1.25-ish, $1.50-ish, something like that. And then you get the bigger, you know, whopper ploppers and stuff like that. They're like, depending on where you get them from and the length, everything. These are kind of a shorter one, but they're fatter, which I like these. But they're like 175, maybe 225. And then you get a huge, zoom out, you get a huge 6-7 inch glide bait that you order by accident, and they're like $5 a piece. The paint, I use Createx colors. And how many ounces is this? 2 fluid ounces. The paint can vary because some of the like opaque colors, you know, your whites, your blacks, your blues, you know, the standard colors, like online or whatever, $6, $7, $8 or whatever. And then if you get like the super like crazy color combos or whatever, like this is fastback green, and you can see it's like a blue and it shifts to green and everything. This is probably like 10.50, 11.50. Oh, I guess it's not. It says 765 right there. Maybe not this one, but maybe the phthalo green. I know I paid like almost $12 for one of these paints. So it really depends on where you get it from and like what all the paint like texture wise is. I got some candy colors. I know I'm rambling, but Createx also makes candy, and this is that Tenacious that I showed you a minute ago. This one I think was a little more expensive off of Amazon or whatever. I think this was like $9 or so, but this one is, I think it's a bigger bottle. No, it's 2 fluid ounces, but this is like super runny, so you use it pretty quickly. But yeah, it all depends, but I also got glow-in-the-dark paints too, so I bought some of this stuff and everything, which I've used a couple of them, but it's super thick. You gotta reduce it down because it'll clog up the airbrush. Yeah, they did. Yeah, the better looks equals expensive. Yeah, you're right. But like I made a couple of them. They're on the website actually. Like this one. This is a glow-in-the-dark lure, and I used this brand of paint that I got from Walmart for like $2, $3, something like that. I might be able to show you it real quick if it'll show up in the video. But we'll have to cut all the lights off. Turn off. Let me see if I can. Oh, hang on. Try to show you this glow-in-the-dark lure. There you go. It's glow-in-the-dark. And that paint was like $2 or $3, but it gums everything up. The Cinco kind of stuff, no, I thought about it, but I decided to not do it The airbrush and the artwork and everything just seemed to be a little more fun for me at the time. But a lot of people had mentioned it though. All right. Yeah, the glow in the dark stuff's pretty cool. Now let's put the second coat. What's up, man? How's it going? We're making a camo lure. Yeah, because right now I'm using a 0.2mm needle, but I got my air pressure turned like way up, and I don't have to reduce it at all for most of my paints. But with the glow in the dark stuff, I have to go to my 0.5mm, and I still got to reduce it a lot. And it takes forever to paint a lure because it just comes out super, super thick. I was meaning to look into it last night and just didn't get around to it. Last night was a late night with everything. But I'm probably going to look at it this weekend since I'm off and everything. That way I can figure out how I want to do it. But I'm going to look into it, though. I'm really going to look into it. I just haven't had the chance. All right, give me 1 second. South Carolina. Yep, South Carolina. We're at in Georgia. I got you, buddy. Yeah, I will. I'll hit you up if I got any questions. Eastern, okay. Yeah, I've been to some parts of Georgia a little bit. You know where Macon, Georgia is? I'm like an hour from Columbia, like south of Columbia. All right, let's dry this off real quick. That should be good. Missouri, okay. Y'all should be about ready for deer season then, huh? All right, this is the fun part. So to make the camo pattern, we take masking tape, take pieces of it, and then place it on, do one color, put on more pieces, put on another color, or another thing of tape, more color, and just keep working until you get about 3 or 4 colors in. Oh yeah? Man, it's been too hot to go hunting here, man. It's been like the real feel of 115 degrees. So I haven't had much chance or opportunity to even think about going. I might go Saturday morning if it's cool enough, but I don't know. So yeah, take your pieces. You don't want to press them on too hard, just like that. Yeah, and you don't want straight edges as best as possible. You want to try to make them go this way and that way. Yeah, I wish I had a pull on these hot days. I've had to work in them lately, so it's been rough. Oh, it's super humid, man. Super humid. Take this one. We'll put it about right there and wrap it around. And these lures right here, man, they fish great, but they're flat, so it's a pain to paint them. Yes, I got two of the dogs here in the background. I've been painting since I think it was March. I think it was March is when I started painting. I literally started, like, as soon as I picked up the airbrush, I started posting them on YouTube. That piece ain't good enough. I'll do one more piece and then put on some color, guys. That piece ain't good enough. Really? What kind of stencils? Because I have not had any luck, man. I have found them to be like super, super hard. I seen one guy, I forgot, I think it's Blackwater South, something like that. And he did a pretty good one too that I liked. And he had the same lure and everything, had stencils. 4 years? Man, that's cool. Hey, you probably got a lot more practice in it than me. But I've also realized I'm not like a traditionalist. Everybody wants to make like super, super ultra-realistic lures, and I'm just like, I want to make something cool. Put some colors in there, something like that nobody sees. All right, let me find my green. Here we go. I got a, sorry, hang on. Sorry about that, guys. I muted it on purpose. Girlfriend came home and the dogs went ballistic, and I had to help her with the groceries real quick. So sorry about that. What kind of dog? I got a German Shepherd Pit Bull mix, and then I got another dog. We don't know what it is. We know she's a spawn of Satan. That's about all I can say. And then do the weird stuff. Yeah, dude. Like I said, I just do whatever comes natural, whatever I feel like doing, or sometimes I just make a couple accidents and something nice happens, and then I just go from there. So all right, so we got the tape on, so now we're going to put the green on. The green is just a pearl green, pearlized green. We're gonna spray it everywhere, but we're not gonna do it super thick, but just enough to darken it up. Yeah, she's ferocious. She's king of the house, that's for sure. I got some stencils, to be honest with you. I got some cheaper ones. I didn't really like them, to be honest with you. They're like a sheet, a stencil sheet, and I've tried them a little bit, and I didn't have the best of luck. So I started using my own stuff, like a loofah. A loofah helped me create. 1 second. Use the loofah and create it design like that and everything. Thought that was pretty cool. That's another one using a comb like we did earlier today. I got a couple more with the loofah that I got videos on and everything. But yeah, I just try to use like whatever's around locally to get like a different type of design than what people are typically using. All right, where were we? Alright, now I think the other color that I used the last time was golden yellow. So we're going to dry this off real quick, and then we're going to put more masking tape on it. And once that's done, then I'll show you how to make everything connect, because when I take this tape off, believe me, it's going to look completely weird, and you can be like, what is that? Until I do something extra, but that's our little secret for now. I appreciate all the comments, guys. Y'all are blowing my mind with this stuff today. All right. Get the tape roll back out. Start putting it back on. All I'm doing is taking a square piece and just trying my best to make a circle out of it, or some kind of oblong shape. Something like that. And then you just put it right back over the paint in a different spot. Leave the old stuff on. That's how I layer it. What kind of stencils do you use? Because I seen the ones that like clamp over the lures. Man, they're expensive. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, man, we've been hustling and bustling, dude. We completely like went from like, I think it was like 150 to like 200 and something within like a month and a half, and just kept going and going and going and going. I'll tell you the secret though. Y'all stop fighting. Lord. Tell you, spawns, man. Spawns of Satan. But the biggest secret is you gotta engage with the comments. That's what I learned. Gotta engage with the comment section. Sometimes you gotta ask people, hey, make sure you subscribe. You're gonna miss all the cool stuff we're doing if you don't subscribe. Okay, I'm gonna have to see that, dude. I'm gonna have to see how you do that. What you coming up with? I see a lot of people doing that and like selling them and everything. I'm gonna put one right there. All right. Yeah, dude, my best video, long form video, was 1,000 views, and I'm trying to catch back up to that. I got some shorts that have done pretty good, but now since YouTube has gone to the 8,000 watch hours to get monetized, you got till I think February 1st of next year. So I'm really trying to hustle and get it up there so I can get grandfathered in. And I found out today that the live streams help with the watch hours. I'm doing well. I don't know what that is, dude. What is MLF HOF induction? That's pretty good, man. 28,000 views. That's super good. In case anybody missed it, next color is golden yellow. I'm trying to get like you, my dog. Major League Fishing Hall of Fame. Oh, okay. So how do you like enter into that with your custom lures and stuff? That's what you're doing, right? You're painting your custom lures and then entering it into it? Like, what's the process? Oh, okay, that's cool, man. That's cool. All right, let's back it up a little bit. Yeah, I know, man. That's my hardest problem, is trying to like come up with something that nobody's ever seen before. The camo lure wasn't even my idea. I was doing subscriber challenges, and somebody said, can you do a camo lure? And they had to remind me because I honestly got too busy and forgot about it. They reminded me, and this is the idea I came up with to accomplish that. So, like I said, I was doing subscriber challenges when I first started out, and I got a couple of videos. My first couple of videos are like that, of the subscriber challenges. Might need to add a little more paint. Yeah, I've been meaning to video fishing content. I got some shorts with like a picture or two of a fish I caught on a lure just like this. But I gotta go buy like a stand or something. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do it, where I can like have me fishing and videoing it at the same time, because I normally go by myself sometimes. It's just hard to do it all by myself. Plus, it's like I said, it's been way too hot lately, man. I'm not gonna catch heat stroke for a video. Yeah, I bought a chest mount a while back, and the problem I had with it is the phone was too heavy. It would flop over. I got to get another one or something, because that one just didn't work with the crap. Every time you put the camera on, the phone on, it would just like fall over, and you're just videotaping your feet. I tried to make like a hand carved lure. I got it somewhere, and I used that chest mount, and the video is basically of just my feet almost. That's my very first long form video on here. All right, bro. Yeah, I know what you mean. That's exactly what it feels like. I can't even put it on by myself. I have to get the girlfriend to help me put it on, because I just can't do the clip in the back or whatever. What's up, man? Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? All right, we're just cleaning the airbrush real quick, and we're going to dry that up and pull the tape off, and I'll show you the little secret. All right. Since I got big old fingers, helps to get a pair of tweezers. But be very, very careful. All right. Get all this cleaned up. Favorite plane? Really, I'm gonna have to try that. We ain't gonna tell the old lady though, but I'm gonna have to try that. But probably an A10 or a B2. All right. So, see, this all looks oblong. There's a lot more straight curves than I would have liked to have. The other one came a lot better because it's a rounder body, but W joy, yeah. But you still get the idea. So here's the key. You get you a ultra fine tip. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I gotta go big or go home. You know what I mean? But ultra fine tip, black paint pen, right? They don't look like it, but it'll put this whole thing together. So prime it up, then get the excess of it off. And see, you got like a little spray over. I don't know if y'all can see that. A little overspray right there. This will also help clean that up. Original Dan, I agree with you, but I do like them, but you gotta reel them slow. That's like super key. You gotta reel them slow. They're kind of like, I guess you would call it like a wake bait or wake lure. They sit just a couple inches in the water. Caught a bunch of bass off of them. But I agree with you. They can be a pain sometimes because they'll sit there and want to go sideways. But you got a little bit more patience with these lures. But when they work, they work. But yes, they are aggravating. That's pretty neat of you. That's pretty nice of you. But I do agree with you. They putting eyes on these things suck. So you can do it, because the best way I found, when you put them on, they're gonna look bug-eyed as can be. But all my lures, let me see if I got one. All my lures, I resin over the eyes to make sure they don't pop out. And that's what I got heavy do it with these. That way they don't have that part where it's like it sticks out over the concave part or whatever. I don't know what a wiggle wart styled eye is. You might have to explain it to me or something. But the one guy I told you about, Black River Baits or whatever his name is, he painted over them and they look pretty good. I haven't tried painting over them yet. I normally just stick on eyes and then resin over the top of them real nice. I think I got one. Give me 1 second. Yeah, this is another glow in the dark one, but if you can see, I'm gonna take out the package. Yeah, there you go. You can see there's no edges on it. When you first put them on, there's edges, but when you resin over it like that, how I do, there's no edges, and they come out pretty decent. They don't look 100% right, given if you got like a lot of color up there, or if they don't match the color scheme or something. But you can make them work and everything. There's no edges. They're not gonna pop off. They'll stay on there, and it's fine. You just how the eyes bump like that. Oh, okay, I got you. I'll have to Google that just to make sure I understand it 100%, but I'm pretty sure I got you there. Yeah, that was another glow in the dark lure I did. But yeah, if you resin over them, it's not a big of a deal. But they do like to skid when you put the glue on. They like to skid around. So you got, like, once you put them on there, don't touch it until you put the resin on. Because if you do, it'll just skid around. All right, dude. Pre-wiggle warts or something. Okay. I'll have to check those out. But that's about it. Get this little spot right here. Oh, that's it. Like I said, this didn't come out like the other one did. I got it on my channel. where you can see it was another square bill I did. It came out super good. But basically, that's the concept, is you use the masking tape and then go back over with the ultra fine. I got a little heavy in some spots. I'll go back with the ultra fine black ink pen, and it gives you these nice, like, old school camo vibes. I was just talking. I didn't plan to put these things anywhere particular. Should pay attention a little bit more, I guess, but it'd be all right. But yeah, you get it. It's what y'all think. Call that the Rambo lure or something. Well, that's how I do the camo lures. Yeah, these lures are a pain to paint. They're a pain. All right, what y'all want to see next? We're going to dry this one up real quick just to get dry the ink up. I got to off gas a little bit so we can resin them. I think I'm gonna do one more quick lure and then might call it a night. We don't know yet. Deli Swing was here? Yeah. What's up, Blue Giggy? Make sure you like the video and everything. Drop some comments what you want to see next. Then we're gonna do one more lure tonight. Something patriotic. Okay. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. I really do. All right, you want something patriotic? Gonna have to go square bill. Bluegill? Bluegill like the old design we just did, or just a bluegill like theme or whatever? That's what I call these lures. I call these the bluegill lures because that's the closest thing I come up with, I guess. And this is my last square bill too, guys. Like, I'll paint my last square bill. But that's what y'all want. I love square. I'm a square bill guy, so I like painting them. They're super easy to paint for me for some reason. I can knock them out pretty quick and do a lot of different designs. I got one y'all to see where it's at. I gotta find it real quick. Yeah, the 1.5s, yeah. There it is. I can't say I don't like square bills. I hand painted that on with the paintbrush. Supposed to be like a horse riding away in the sun, or cowboy riding away in the sunset. Yellow and red crankbait. Yeah, I can make that. Midmo, you still in there, bro? How do you want the yellow and red? Oh, okay, you good, bro. Let's see here. Oh, Midmo, did you see that one lure I just showed? The cowboy lure? Hey man, we've had a bunch of people in and out, but it's been good engagement and everything. We've been going on for about 80 minutes, so if more people want to join, cool, but I ain't mad at it. But let's see, let me get that crankbait. That would you like to see, Blue Giggy? Like to see that one red and yellow? Yeah, all right. What I got just a regular yellow, and I got golden yellow. This is more like a auburn, I guess. It's more orange than yellow. Which yellow? The left one or the right one? And of course, we're gonna go with pearl red. Golden yellow sounds good. Yellow base, red through the loofah. With this golden yellow mid-mo, that'd probably look good. I don't think I've done a loofah on one of those. Let me take this up real quick while y'all figure that out. But I got you, Blue Gig. We're about to start right now. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier, Blue Giggy. We had we were talking about I need to go get another chest mount because the one I got just keeps falling down, recording my feet. So I need to invest one of those, but I'm trying to wait till it cools off a little bit. It's like 110 most days, the real feel around here. So eventually, we're gonna have some fishing content. All right, we'll do the base real quick. Get that hair off. Mid-mo, what kind of resin you still or clear you still use for your stuff? I appreciate it, dude. Okay, okay. I use, and I've seen people online saying don't use this stuff, but that's what I use. That Kiss Reel, whatever it's called. Some people say that it's best to brush it on. Don't like dip or nothing like that. I don't dip it. I just like pour it on. I've had good luck with it. I haven't had any issues. But I've seen a lot of people say, be careful. I don't know if you got any experience with that brand. All right, let's dry this off real quick. Then we'll put on the yellow. Oh yeah, this is gonna look fire, dude. Y'all don't even know it yet, man. It's gonna look so good. I haven't heard of it. Honestly, dude, you know what I did? Here, I'll turn the camera around real quick. This is what I did. I took a paint cup and got stick-on UV lights and put it in there. That way I can sit right here and just spin the lures to make sure they don't run. Works pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot. Real cheap too. Like, I don't know, 15 bucks or so. And it takes me like 5-7 minutes to fully cure a lure, depending on how big it is and whatnot. Like I said, it's just a paint cup with the stick-on UV lights. Cause I had gone real cheap and bought one of them like nail UV lights that you just put your hand in. Man, that thing took like 30 minutes to cure a small lure. And that was like with super thin coats. Now I can put on a way thicker coat and pop it in there and it's fine. You just got to spin it because it's so thick of resin. All right, here's your golden yellow. Wow, how much you spent on that, dude? You got the real setup there. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to go darker with the yellow on the bottom and lighter on the top, and then do the loofah with the red on it. I think it's really gonna make this pop if I do it like that. Here, let's get in my way. Yeah, that'd be a weird conversation, wouldn't it? Weird 3 o'clock knock at the door. I think I'm also going to hit this back of it real thick too. Just like that. What y'all guys think? I don't know if y'all can see that color difference. Let me dry it real quick. Tips on where to start. Well, but to be honest with you, man, between me and Midmo here, you got everything you need to know. Do you have any setup stuff? You got like a airbrush or air compressor or anything like that? I think the next question probably would be your budget, because I made a couple mistakes in the beginning. I don't know if y'all can see that color differentiation between the darker to the yellow. All right. Get that hair off right there. Yeah, Harbor Freight has a good one, like Mimbo said. Mimbo might have to double check me on this. The only stipulation that I would say, because I made this mistake, make sure you get one with a tank. I bought one, this one. I bought that one without the tank. It's junk. Don't buy it. It's the same brand. I got a TimberTech. Same brand. It works fine. There's nothing wrong with it. The problem is it's going to constantly run when you're trying to paint a lure, and it's going to get so hot that it's going to start spewing water. And then you'll have to buy, I don't know where I put it. I got it somewhere. You'll have to buy one of those separator pieces, the water catch pieces that go right here. And they help a little bit, but not much. So the only stipulation is whatever compressor you buy, make sure it has a tank, because they come with like a little, they got some cheap ones that's a little electric box. Those don't produce enough air pressure in my opinion. And then you got one like that that doesn't have the tank on it, and like, same brand, it's a TimberTech. It's the exact same compressor. It's just the other one I bought actually has a tank, and it's like $20 difference. Yeah, and constant spray as well. Yeah, having a tank has constant spray as well. So that's the only stipulation is whatever you do, make sure you get one with the tank. My setup was probably a little bit more than the Harbor Freight one that he's mentioning. I think mine was like 120, 130. Currently running the Master airbrush. I got two of those because I got quick disconnect. So I got one with the 5mm, one with the 2mm in it, and I just can pull it apart, you know, and go like that, and you know how it goes. But yeah, only stipulation, make sure you go with the tank. I think my compressor TimberTech off of Amazon was like $80 to $90, and then the airbrush, and which is probably why I would say if you wanted like a versatile thing. I'm not sure about the Harbor Freight one. I think the Harbor Freight one only comes with 2 needles. I'm not 100% certain. I have to go back and double check. But the Master airbrush, like full kit you can find on Amazon, it comes with all 3 needles, a 0.2, a 0.3, and a 0.5. 0.5 might get you in trouble starting out because it puts out a lot of paint. But once you get better and everything, or if you want to do like the glow-in-the-dark paint stuff, this stuff's like super thick like molasses. 0.5 needle has to be for that. You got to use a 0.5 needle, and you still got to reduce it. So I think, like I said, I think it was like 130 bucks. I had a compressor with the tank, and then a Master airbrush with all 3 needles and everything to go with it. Quick disconnect and everything like that. So you don't have to go out and spend crazy money. But the Harbor Freight one is a good one to check. I'm not 100% certain, but I think that comes with a Master airbrush. Or I think I can't remember. I know they sell it at my local Harbor Freight. I know they sell an airbrush, and I'm pretty sure it's a Master airbrush. But You can catch it on sale sometimes, and you might get it for 40, 50 bucks. Who knows? Get everything for 40, 50 bucks. But it's worth looking into. What kind of setup are you running, Midmo? I've been really wanting to get that Black Widow compressor, but there's no reason to, because it does the same thing mine does. I just like it because it looks real nice. And then the airbrush looks super cool too. And I've been like this close to buying it, but it don't come with all the same needles as the mass airbrush does. So I was like, there's no point spending an extra what, 60, 80 bucks or whatever it is to buy it when it's less than what I got. It comes with less stuff than what I got. Let me move that down. That's ripped. Iwata? Okay. Okay. How you like the Iwatas? I've been hearing good stuff about them. Sorry if we rambled a little too much there, Blue Giggy. I hope you got everything down. You might need a pen and a paper to remember it all. I also have had the Timber Tech airbrush. That wasn't bad either. I'm probably going to end it. I'm not sure. We've been going for about an hour and a half yet, so we'll see how it goes. If you got any more questions, man, you can just comment on this or on my community page, and I'm glad to answer any questions for you. Whatever you know, you got questions about or want to ask or talk about, whatever, as soon as I can get to it, I'll get to it and try to help you out the best I can. What's up, Aviation? We're making a golden yellow base with pearl red over the stencil. Well, this is just a loofah. I don't know if you caught that. We're fixing to spray it now. Oh yeah, dude, that looks so good. I hope that helps, Blue Gig. I hope that really helps you out. And I'm pretty sure Midmo doesn't mind helping either, and everything. All right. I think I got everything on there. Let me scoot that back so y'all can see. Well, Blue Geek, are you still there? I thought of something else that you might want to put on the list. All right. Hang on, let me wipe my hands. Also, you're going to need some kind of squirt bottle. This came with like one of those cheap kits I got. But a squirt bottle, you put water, preferably. Some people use reducer or whatever, but use water. It helps you clean the airbrush. If you need tips or anything like that, I got a couple random videos here and there, but let me know. I can make a video, or I can just talk to you about it. Or you can go to YouTube. There's hundreds of videos. That's how I learned on how to properly clean the airbrush, because you will gum it up. But yeah, get some kind of squirt bottle. They make ones with like the little needle on it and whatnot. However you want to do it. Just regular water. I use the Createx colors. Wicked's just like a line of them, but Createx colors. You can buy, I think it's like 6 or maybe 7 different colors, like your base colors, like your opaque white, opaque black, opaque red. I bought them in a kit like that, your opaque green. It's a little expensive. Createx is a little expensive, but typically when you do that, you'll get a smaller bottle of reducer, but 4011 reducer for water-based paint. Excuse me. That's another thing to make sure of. Make sure you're buying, preferably I would say water-based paint. I have used acrylics. Acrylics will gum up an airbrush. So if you use acrylics, clean it very, very well. Typically they're also a little bit thicker in my experience, so you definitely want some reducer. Water-based colors gonna be your best friend. But yeah, make sure you get 4011 reducer. Like I said, this is a big bottle that you can buy separately off of Amazon, whatever. But the Createx like kit that comes with all the opaques will come with a smaller bottle, about the same size as one of these. They're a little more expensive for the Createx stuff, but you don't have to get Createx. I like them. They're very good. Most of these, most of the bottles will have like a ball bearing in them already. Not all of them. I got a couple that aren't. Yeah, you need a booth. But some of the bottles have like a ball bearing or whatever, like a BB. It helps you shake them up so you don't, because they're water based, so it'll separate. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know. I try to keep my stuff pretty mixed up. You might be able to see in that one. That one's a little where it's not mixed up right, because I don't really use it. Because for some reason, this is a thicker paint. It clogs my airbrush every time. But they have like a ball bearing in them. I don't know if you can hear that, but it helps you mix the paint up a lot easier. And Createx is one of those people that does that. But you can just get a regular BB and drop in there too. It doesn't matter. But yeah, 4011 reducer, and then some kind of squirt bottle for water. Try to stick to water-based paints. If you're going to use acrylic, make sure you use reducer. Clean your airbrush regularly. Like, as soon as you get done with paint, clean it. How about? I'm sorry, mid-mo. My screen's messed up. I can barely. Okay, there it is. Nail air mixers for nail paint. I heard of it. I have it somewhere. I have a thing. It's supposed to suction cup to the table. It doesn't work very well. You have to hold it, but it has like a strap that goes. It's like a little V shape like that. Paint sits in it, and there's a strap that goes across, and it'll sit there and shake for you. They work good if you got paint that's been sitting for a long, long time. But if you keep up with it, in my opinion, you don't need it like a ton. But they do work. They do work. But yeah, try to stick to water-based paint. If you're going to go acrylic, as soon as you get done painting it, you need to clean it like thoroughly. Do I make soft plastics, or does Mimo make soft plastics? I don't make soft plastic lures. I just do the airbrushing because I enjoy airbrushing. All right, let's paint this lure real quick. Hang on, I need to clean the airbrush. See, here, do a quick little lesson. I don't know if you can see that. Focus. There you go. See all that paint that's stuck on there? Sometimes you can just wet your fingertips and clean all that off right there. See it? Nice and clean. But you gotta be careful because this is a 0.2 needler especially, but even the other ones you can definitely bend them, and they just kind of go and little slots. So just be very careful. If you want to, you can pull the needle back to protect it and screw that on, however you want to do it. But now this needle has paint, so just blow the paint off like that. See how much more paint it's putting? Well, the phone. Yeah, you can kind of see it. It's putting out way more paint now. The needle's clogged. They make a needle sharpener? I'll have to look into that. Well, let me ask you this then, Midmo, since you got all the answers. That, where's my tweezers? This little piece right there that the needle slides into, you know what I'm talking about? I got a 0.5 needle that is gummed up. I think I got a 0.32 that is gummed up with paint, and I don't have a needle brush or a pick or whatever you want to call it small enough to go in there. I know I can just buy another one. That's why I bought 2 airbrushes. But I'm trying to save it because there's nothing wrong with the airbrush. It's just that one little piece that the needle slides into that I can't get the needle all the way through because it's gummed up. Jewelry sonic cleaner. Okay. That's gonna be between us, because if I get that, the girlfriend's gonna want it. So we gonna be quiet about that, guys. She's in another room, so she can hear me. Don't tell her. She's probably watching. All right, let's clean the airbrush real quick. Get some more water. We're gonna dry that off and pull it off and see what it looked like. Okay, I'm gonna have to definitely try that out. That's like the only thing I can't like really deep clean, you know? Another trick I learned was to leave just a tiny bit of water in there after you clean it out and everything. Just a little bit to keep the needle wet. That way it don't get gummed up. That's helped me tremendously. You ready for the reveal, Blue Gigi? These right here are like $1 or $2 for like a 6-pack at Harbor Freight. The best investment ever. I use them for anything and everything. All right. Y'all give a drum roll. Let's see here. Oh, hang on, we're caught. There we go. Come on, get unstuck. There we go. Y'all ready? Boom. Look at that. That was a good choice, man. That was a good choice. What y'all think, man? Of course, man. You're welcome, of course. What y'all think? That came out perfect. That came out perfect. That's a good color combo, too. That's a very good color combo. Oh, that light was on. I don't know what that is. I see y'all watching. Drop some comments, man. What y'all think? Didn't Blue Gigi pick out a good color combo? And then Midmo Tackle, he said hit it with the stencil. Hit it with the loofah. I think he is. We gotta get this thing a name, guys. You gotta give it a name. Give him like lava vibes or something. I don't know. It's pretty cool though. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it looks fire, man. It looks so good. All right, we'll leave it there for a second. I'll be right back. What's your suggestion? A dryer sheet. Let me read this. Grab a dryer sheet, black on the back, and black in the eyes. When you say black in the eyes, you're talking about just the like the insert, whatever, the pocket. And do you mean like just spray that, or you talking about put dryer sheet on it too? I'll go get a dryer sheet real quick. Call it bad burner? Yeah. Where is my pearl black? There she is. The spray on the eyes, dry sheet on the back. Got it. I got you, sir. I was thinking black on the back too. Give it that nice definition, you know. Give it a nice definition. Alrighty. Let's see here. Turn my air down a little bit. Okay. Oh, that's too much. I'm trying so hard not to mess up, guys. No, I knew that was gonna happen. Eesh, that's too much. Might have to come back to that in a second. Is that what you're talking about? Or you want to talk about a little bit darker than that? Darker? I got you. I thought so too. I'm gonna have to use my clips for this one. This is gonna be a pain to hold. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Let's try that. Let's get this more straight. All right, let's try this real quick. All right, Minmo, think it's gonna be dark enough before I take it off? Or we need to go a little bit darker? More? All right. Man wants more, we'll give him more. How's that? I'm guessing this because it's a little bit thicker to get through. What you think, Midmo? More, is that good enough? With U sheets? Okay, well, I done threw those away. But, all right, I got you. Add a little bit more paint. All right, how about now? All right, let's see how good that is. We're taking lessons from the master today, folks. Taking lessons from the master. All right, drum roll, please. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I see what you mean, though. You really do got to put a lot on there. Should I make videos of making lures? Yeah, bro. Why not? If you like doing it and everything, and it interests you, make videos about anything, dude. That's what I say. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let me see if I can darken these eyes up. Crap. Yeah, for right now. They'll join though, bro. They'll join. See, we got 2 more already in there. What's up, everybody? What you think, Midmo? Know what you're talking about? That's how she came out. Like I said, I see what you're talking about with the guy sprayed on super thick. Appreciate it, man. I learn from the best, you know what I mean? But yeah, Blue Gig, if you want to start making videos, go for it, dude. Great. Probably need to dry this off a little bit more real quick. I appreciate that, man. But you can come up with your own cool stuff too, man. Like I said, it takes time. It takes time to figure out your style and everything. Like me and Midmo were talking about earlier. A lot of lure makers like go like super realistic, and I go like way on the left side of that. I just like I want to make something cool, something that pops, something that shines. You know, like this is one lure I made. It's to some people this is a simple lure, but I got the nice color fade to black and everything with blue. I like that kind of stuff. The one we made the video of last night, it's candy talacious, and then it was copper, and then a little red that turned it almost like a dark black brown, and it, excuse me, this was silver that reacted to the candy paint and turned it blue. Never knew that, but that's another cool lure. Most people would think, oh, that's whatever. You got, you know, the Joker lure. Somewhere in this bin, I think I got a Spider-Man lure somewhere. All right, bro. I'm gonna put eyes on this one real quick. Color eyes do I want to do? No, I ain't use those. I think I'm gonna use those. What's up, what's up, what's up? We're about to put eyes on this lure real quick. I think this is the right size eye. I hope it's the right size eye. Yeah, it's the right size. Oh. What's up, what's up, what's up? We're putting eyes on a lure we just made, guys. If you're new here, drop a comment, ask questions. Hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 500 subs. We're almost there. Try to find something to push this eye on real quick. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I know, right, dude? It makes that pop so much more. So much more. I don't know what kind of glue you use for your eyes, but this stuff right here, man, I love this stuff. I need to get some more. I'm getting low. Getting low. What's up, everybody? Putting on some eyes for this lure we just made. If you're new here, drop a comment, subscribe, ask some questions. Where? There it is. Boom, there we go. Eyes are on. Now she can see. Then we're gonna resin this one up real quick, guys. We ain't resin one all night. This is probably gonna be the last one. Then we're gonna resin it up. Make her all nice and pretty. I needed some light. One key thing I've learned is to pull the tape down off the bill just a little bit. That ripped completely off, but just a little bit. That way when you get the resin on it, it's a lot easier to get the tape off, because that resin will soak into that tape. She's gonna be a pain then. What's up, everybody? We just made this cool lure, about to resin it. I'm glad y'all are here. Make sure you subscribe, comment, ask some questions. Boom. All right, let me go ahead and get my UV lights turned on. There we go. All right, I'm gonna try to do this where y'all can see it. That's all we do. Take the resin. I'm getting low. And just, I always do the eyes first, man. That's just what I do. And then just do a couple streams. And now you just try to spin it and get it all over there. We're probably going to have to add a little bit more. Well, maybe not. Just trying to get it all the nooks and crannies. I appreciate that, dude. Yeah, that's a pretty good color eye. Yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely remember that dryer sheet trick. Worked out pretty good. We're resin it up right now, Blue Giggy. That way she's done. We're just trying to get all the resin evenly on her now. Looks good, don't she? I don't know if you can see that, but see the eyelets are clogged. Sometimes you can just blow the eyelets out. If you don't do it now, you're gonna have to drill them out or cut them out, and it's a pain. I'm using the light overhead to make sure I got all my spots that I need to get. I see like one or two more that I just can't get enough there. There we go. Well, it takes time, takes patience. This is the hardest thing that I had to master, was doing the resin. Because I would have an awesome color or awesome paint job, and the resin would just make it look like junk. It's gonna eat that, but it's gonna be a beast, yeah. But just try to spin it in all directions. Can you see that ridge? Yeah, you don't want to cure it like that because it'll be there. Just try to spin it in all directions. Sometimes you gotta slow down a little bit to give it a chance to get to it. And just work it. All right, according to the light, I got everything. I just gotta blow this one eyelid out. Perfect. All right, we're gonna cure this real quick. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes, but you want to sit here and keep spinning it while you're doing it, because if you don't, it's still running. It'll drip. Now, if you got bid mode set up, it cures within like 30 seconds, according to him. But I ain't got his technical setup. I spin it for a few minutes, and I just double check that my eyelets are clean, which they're not. That one's got stuff in it, so I keep spinning it, and then I try to find something to poke through it. Like that. Just like that. And that should be fairly good to go, but that's what it's gonna look like when it's done resin. Right now it's just tacky. So that's what she looks like. Let me get a light. So she looks good, man. She looks good. Now I put it back in there for another minute or two, spin it, double check it again, and then you can leave it in there. You can't like just set it on the light. You gotta prop it up though. I appreciate it, man, but it took a lot of learning, a lot of patience. That's what she's gonna look like in a few more minutes. Like I said, now it's tacky. But now you got questions and everything, man, feel free to ask. I got a little more time on my hands now. That's fine, bro. You might have to give me a little bit, 'cause I think with the lives, they may take like a day or two. Cause like once you do the live, from what I've seen, that it'll save in your like your catalog or whatever, but it's not public, the actual saved portion of it. And then I can make it public, but I think it takes a couple days for YouTube to like make sure it's good or something like that. I don't know. So once I end the live, I'll make it public. That way anybody can watch it, and you can rewatch it. You might just have to like wait a day or two. I'm not sure, but just keep checking it, and I'll make sure that this live goes public. That way everything it says is on there. But like I said, you should be good if you want to start doing the airbrush and everything relatively quickly. There's a bunch of content out there. That's what I did. I just started watching content, and then when I got to a point that I was doing a couple lures, and I was like, these are just kind of like one or two colors, nothing fancy. I was like, I don't know what to do now. So I started watching more YouTubes, and they're like, well, try this stencil, or try this technique, or do this instead, or layer this color that way, or whatever. And I was like, well, let's try that. And then some of those things worked, some of those things didn't, or I just have to adapt it. And then I just kept moving forward, and then I started growing and growing and growing. Yeah, he's pretty good. They're pretty good. Yeah, Mimbo, you talking to Blue Geek? You talking to me? I was trying not to show you. Basically, uh, basically, I got another job where I have way more time off, and I was bored. Is basically how it happened. And I was like, I need a hobby that isn't so expensive. I used to make custom watches and everything. Like I was assembling them, um, but I had to order the parts, and they would take the first couple of times. It was like, oh, a week, take a week to get the parts. Then it was like 2 weeks. Then it was like a month, and it was just super expensive. So I quit it, and then after a while, I was just like, I'm bored. I need another hobby. And then I was on YouTube one day, and I seen a guy make lures, and I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. What made you get into it? Yeah, man, you never know. You never know where it can go. I'm sorry, I'm just talking to the girlfriend. She's gonna go get the watches right now so I can show those off. To cure, it depends. Like, about, for me, like about 10 minutes to make sure it's not fully tacky. That's how I normally like it. It's funny how this just turned into a
Show and tell.
show and tell. Oh, here it is. So yeah, that was the first watch I made. I think that was the second one. Yeah, I know, right? You never know what's gonna turn into. I think that was the third one, I think. And the dials. Yeah, there you go. Dial spins. They're all automatics, they're not battery powered. Then I got the chocolate dial. This is a nice heavy watch. They're all Seiko movements and everything.
They're all for sale.
And then a day date. One of my favorites. This is a Makata movement. You can see the automatic piece. Let's see if there it goes. Yeah. But like a rose gold color. And his and hers, two-tone, rose gold. I like this one. I like it a lot. Then I made the girlfriend one with that, I think it's like Tiffany blue or whatever. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's another hobby, and I bought all the stuff for it, and I love doing it. It just took forever to get the parts because I was getting them from, because the Seiko parts are Japanese or Chinese or whatever, and I was getting them from overseas, and that's when they did that whole tax thing or whatever where they wouldn't take stuff from overseas. I can't remember what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about. And it just took forever to get stuff. So that hobby and that business died out real quick. All right, we're about done with the lure. It's almost done. I normally take it out and like let it get fresh air, and then I put it back in for like another 30 seconds or so and just slowly spin it and make sure all the sides are good. Just get like the last little bit of tackiness off. I don't know why I gotta do that, but I've had to do that. I guess the air like dries a little bit more or something. Like it's still dry, but it'll leave fingerprints sometimes. It's almost there. All right, let me clean it up real quick. Tariff, yeah, that's it, the tariffs. That's what I was talking about. You got it. You knew what I was talking about. Oh, you fell? Oh, okay. I won't show it yet, but see that little bit right there? I normally get like a razor blade and just carefully, without cutting myself, try to clean that up as much as possible. That's what happens. You put a little too much resin on it. Mid-mo might not have to deal with that with his setup. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. It's just really stuck on there. Now, I might just have to show it like it is. I can't get that resin off right now. Grab. This ain't the right one. This is the right one. Boom. So I'll come back later and get that resin off the bill. What you guys think, man? Yeah, I got a Dremel somewhere. I just might have to do a little more practice before I put it on a finished thing, so I can make sure I don't, you know, skip across it or something. Yeah, that came out perfect. That came out perfect. I don't know where Blue Giggy is to see his finished product. Oh, there he is. Yes, sir. I mean, you kind of seen how it goes, dude. It's a process, but anybody can do it. It just takes time and a little bit of effort, and it's a learning curve. The biggest thing probably would be like airbrush control. It's probably gonna be like the biggest thing to learn is like how to do the airbrush. Like you seen with the eyes and everything, I was taking my time, air pressure down, and I was having a little bit of splatter and stuff. So just being patient with that and learning it and everything. Like I said, if you got any questions or anything like that, just let me know. Go to the community page, drop a comment in any of the videos. I'll make this live public here in a little bit. I don't know how long it'll take for it to go up, but I'll make it public. That way you can remember your list. And hopefully you start doing videos soon. I'll get to see some of them. Me and Midmo love to see what you can come up with, man, because like I said, just do your own style. Don't try to be like everybody else. Take your own style and figure it out and learn new things. Like you seen today, I learned the whole dryer sheet thing, and that's what we came up with. It just takes time. Of course I'll sub, bro. I don't know if I'm already subbed or not. I can't click. I'll have to check it out after this live. I don't know if I'm subbed to you or not. I'm pretty sure I'm subbed to Midmo, but I'll make sure I sub to you after this live, because I can't do it right now. But of course, dude, like I said, it just takes time learning. But don't try to be like everybody else. Come up with your own thing. Try new things, different designs and whatnot. You too, bro. Yeah, I'm about to hop off of here too and get something to eat and everything. I appreciate all y'all. I'm glad y'all can watch and enjoy. And stay tuned for the next video. Should come out tomorrow night. But we will see y'all later.